Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever everyone is joining us from. Thanks for joining us for International Admitted Student Ask Me Anything webinar. My name is Kelsey. My pronouns are she, her, and I am the undergrad recruitment coordinator for the Faculty of Engineering here at Waterloo. So I'm just going to get started here. We just have a couple housekeeping things to go over before we dive right in. So first, I just want to give our territorial acknowledgement. So the University of Waterloo acknowledges that much of our work takes place on the traditional territory of the neutral Anishinaabe and Haudenosaunee peoples. Our main campus is situated on the Haldeman Tract, which is the land granted to the Six Nations that includes 6 miles on each side of the Grand River. Active work towards reconciliation takes place across our campuses through research, learning, teaching, and community building, and is coordinated within the Office of Indigenous Relations. You can visit native-land.ca to learn more about the land you occupy. So we have a lot of great people on the call with us today. So here is just a list of some of our speakers that you're going to hear from. You're going to hear from housing, from co-op, international student program specialist, and immigration consultant. We are also joined by some of our awesome engineering ambassadors on the call today. Have some mechatronics and electrical engineering students on the call that are happy to chat with you guys and answer any questions that you have. So if you do have any questions, please submit them using the Q&A button on the bottom of your screen. So questions will be answered via typed responses by our staff and students on the call. We are also hoping to have a live moderated Q&A at the end of the webinar if time allows. I will also note that there is closed captioning is available by clicking on the CC button at the bottom of your screen, if that is something that will help you today. And if you do have any questions at the end of the webinar, please email enginfo@uwaterloo.ca with any questions, and we'd be more than happy to help you or kind of pass you off to the right direction of who can help you. So with that, I am going to dive right in and pass it over to Ambry.
Thank you, Kelsey. My name is Ambreen, and I am an immigration consultant at the University of Waterloo. And I would like to introduce you to my team members. So we are a big team of immigration consultants. All our consultants are regulated Canadian immigration consultants, RCIC. We are licensed by the College of Immigration and Citizenship Consultants. This is to consult, advise, and represent individuals on immigration matters. Okay, so what can immigration consultants help you with? So once you have accepted University of Waterloo's offer, you can use our immigration services. The Canadian immigration topics that we cover during our consultation is related to your study permit, your work permits. We also do review of applications of study permit, work permits, and also extensions. Entering Canada, what documents do you need? We also help you out with that. Restoring your student status in case if it expires. We also help with TRV, that's visitor visa or an ETA, whichever is applicable to you. We also help with US visitor visa, which is B1, B2. We have various Canadian resources, how to work in Canada. So we help with that as well, such as information related to the social insurance number, eligibility to work on campus and off campus. We also host various information sessions throughout the year. Every term we have different topics of various immigration topics, such as how to apply for your study permit, how to apply for your corporate permit, how to apply for post-graduation work permit. We do not currently advise on permanent resident applications, but we do host information sessions related to PR. You may use Waterloo's immigration consulting services as far as you are our student and an active student, and you can use our services up to 2 terms after you have met your degree requirements or you have completed your program of studies. Okay, so how to stay informed? We understand that navigating Canadian immigration policies can be very overwhelming, but obviously staying informed is the best way to stay prepared and avoid any surprises. Where you can find all these reliable updates, of course, ARCC's website, which is their official news room page where you can get information directly from the source. Of course, this is the best place for accurate information. Our news page and monthly letters, we filter and share the most relevant updates for our international students so you know what matters most to you and what's related to you directly. And you can attend our information sessions. So each term, as I mentioned earlier, we host various information sessions on various topics. Yeah, feel free to attend those once you are our student. Okay, so study permit application requirements. All study permit application require, I am not sure if all of you have started your application process or not. If you have not done that, please do it as soon as possible. What documents you require are basically your offer letter, which is your letter of acceptance from the University of Waterloo that can be downloaded from your Quest account. You can apply for your study and co-op permits together in the same application. You need to have a valid passport or a travel document that is issued to you by your home country or country of citizenship. If possible, please obtain a passport that is valid for the entire duration of your studies in Canada. If not possible at all, of course, you can use your current passport to apply for your study permit. And later on, once you are in Canada at Waterloo, you can consult with us and learn how to extend your study permit. Evidence of sufficient funds is very important as well. You must provide proof showing you have minimum funds of 20,635 minimum, and you have enough money for your tuition fees for the first year of studies, living expenses, and travel expenses. That's also very important. If applicable, you must show evidence that you can financially support any accompanying family members if applicable. Provincial attestation letter, of course, I will talk a bit more on that in the next few slides, uh, and which is also a mandatory document when you're submitting your study permit application. Processing time varies. It is a very country dependent process. Please, we always say apply as soon as possible in order to avoid any delays. Provincial attestation letter. So a PAL, or it's also called a PAL, is a letter that is issued by the province of Ontario, and it allows an international student to apply for your study permit at a specific designated learning institution, also known as DLI. The PAL was introduced as part of the study permit cap initiative, which began last year in 2024. If you are required to get a Pell, it must be submitted with your study permit application. It cannot be provided to IRCC later on during your study permit process. If you're applying for multiple study permits together with your dependents on the same application, any study permit applicants attending a post-secondary DLI will also need to include their own Pell. All study permit applications also require passport size photograph for yourself that meets IRCC specifications. A study plan, which is a statement of purpose. It's a key document and very important to have. Biometrics. Once biometrics instructions letters are sent out to you, you can download it and have a look at the expiry date. Usually biometrics are valid for 10 years. You will have to go and do your biometrics at the Visa Application Center. You will be able to see the instructions once you receive it. Please note, U.S. citizens are not required to do biometrics for their study permit applications. International student resources. We will be sending you links in the chat to have a look at those resources. However, I have this QR code as well, which you can scan, and it will take you directly to our webpage. We have various resources that are available on our webpage as well. So here it shows you how to book an appointment with immigration consultants, various topics related to immigration applications. Immigration policy page is also there. Working in Canada, which is a very important topic, and since a lot of students are interested to work on and off campus, a lot of information is available there as well. Social insurance number, information related to social insurance number and what it is all about and why do you need it is also there, and how to apply for one. How to request an authorized leave from studies at Waterloo if you are required to do that, is also there. How to see an immigration consultant. So once you have accepted the offer at the University of Waterloo, you can book an appointment with us to discuss any questions related to your study permit application. An international student at Waterloo can visit our office in the future. So if you want to visit in person, you can do it for any questions that you may have, or you can, that's in-person appointments if that's booked, or you can book an appointment using Portal, which will be the virtual appointments. So if you have accepted your offer and you would like to book an appointment with us, you can do it through Portal as well, which will be an online appointment. Our appointments are available between Monday to Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's Waterloo time. And make sure that you do read the confirmation email that you will receive after you book an appointment, because there are some necessary steps that you need to take before the appointment time. And of course, we would like to see any documents that you may have. For example, if you are still in the process of applying for your study permit, but you already have your passport with you, your offer letter, we would like to see those. So you can upload that on our website so that we can have a look at it. If you had any previous visas, Canadian visas especially, we would like to see those as well. So yeah, good luck. And I will pass it on to Owen for the International Experience Center.
Thank you, Erin. And hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depends on your current time zone. My name is Owen. I use he, him pronouns. I am the International Student Program Specialist with the International Student Experience team. First of all, a huge congratulations to you on your offer of admissions from the University of Waterloo. And I'm so excited and can't wait to see you on campus in September. Before we jump into more details about our programs, our services, I'd like to take a moment and introduce you to a very special space on campus, the International Experience Center, or IEC. Here at the International Experience Center, you'll find three wonderful teams ready to support you. There's immigration consulting team where my colleague Ambring works, our team, the International Student Experience, and global learning and exchange team who can support you explore exchange opportunities. So think of us as your one-stop shop for all international related questions and services. And our goal is simple: to provide a welcoming space that meets your unique needs and offers international and intercultural opportunity for everyone. So for our team specifically, we offer year-round programs to make sure you have the resources you need, opportunities to build friendships, and support to help you feel at home here at Waterloo. One of our most popular program is the International Peer Community, currently on your right-hand side, or IPC. This is an upper year support program designed specifically for international students to help you settle comfortably into life at Waterloo. You will have the option to join IPC biweekly event group. Each group will have about 5 to 10 students led by an upper year volunteer called a group facilitator. They organize fun and engaging social gatherings every 2 weeks based on your group's interest. Past events have included visit to local farmers market, bonfire night, board game nights, and DIY activity. And in addition to this biweekly gathering, monthly larger community event bring the entire IPC community together. Something I personally love about IPC is that each monthly event have a fresh theme to keep things exciting and new. For example, in this coming fall, we will kick off with a meet and greet in September, followed by Halloween Carnival in October, and celebrate Multicultural Night in November. So we plan this event carefully and in a timely manner to meet your social needs throughout the term. Like, for example, the meet and greet, just right after orientation to help you connect with fellow international students right when you might start feeling a little bit of homesickness. Or DIY with IPC. In the winter term, we usually host organized right after reading week to help you recharge and reconnect for the second half of the term. Another fantastic program is breakfast seminars, also called Brunch and Learn for undergraduate student and on the menu for graduate student. These programs support your ongoing transition by providing useful sessions at key moments throughout your first year and upper year. This fall, we will discuss life in Canada, tips for Canadian classroom, campus wellness resources, and winter preparation. What makes this especially meaningful is that you will have the option to hear directly from upper year peers and experts in each area to guide you smoothly through your first year and ongoing transition. Now, fast forward to winter. When winter arrives, you might feel shorter days or colder weather is challenging, especially during the holiday season if you're away from your family and friends. That's exactly why we create U Winterloo. It has three parts. First, our Mix and Mingle Night is a cozy social event to connect and enjoy a beautiful light show. Second, a weekly newsletter in December, packed with winter tips and local events. And third, a care package filled with winter essentials, campus resources, and thoughtful holiday cards written by our faculty and staff. To wrap up the year, our International Student Holiday Dinner gave you the perfect opportunity to celebrate your achievement with friends, families, and supporters over a delicious meal and lively dance party. Now, let's take a look at the left-hand side, programs that make sure you're ready for your university life and ahead. The transition programs. I'll start with Get Canada Ready webinars. Get Canada Ready webinars is a 4 sessions live webinar with Q&A opportunity. These happen from mid-July to mid-August this year. We'll cover topics like healthcare in Canada, life in Canada, and immigration. So everything you need to know before arriving. We'll send you more details on how to register these webinars to your U Waterloo email address, which you will obtain later in June. Airport Pickup Program. So we are partnering with Airways Transit, offering discounted rate exclusive for U Waterloo first year student to transit from the Toronto Pearson International Airport to campus. Again, you'll have more information about the services in June and onward. So once you arrive, please do take advantage of international orientation. It's a 2-day, very fun and informative event designed just for you. You will meet fellow international students, build lasting friendships, and learn about Canadian classrooms, and even take shadows to cross some of your to-do list items, such as open bank accounts, get a phone plan, and buy essential items from the grocery store. Remember, international orientation is actually for free for all international students, and you will receive your invitation to international orientation in your email in July or August. Next page, please. Thank you. So aside from events and programs, we also create resources specifically for you. For example, our international student guide has a lot of very important information you need to know, from what to pack to work in Canada and tax filing information. You will also receive our monthly International Experience Center newsletter filled with important updates and campus highlight. All international students will be automatically subscribed to the newsletter. So we have a lot of programs, events, and information ready for you to make sure you feel supported and you know there's a community to support you at any time. But we do also recognize that every one of you are very unique, which means your needs from time to time may slightly different from others. Which on next page, I'd like to introduce you to another, thank you, very important person, Kuno, our International Student Support Coordinator. Kuno is dedicated to helping you accessing resources, navigating tricky situations like finances, healthcare, housing, and even protecting yourself against scams. So basically, anything you don't know where to start with, Kuno can be your first contact. He will assist you every step of the way and connect you to the correct resources. Or maybe celebrate your journey too, whether you have achieved something amazing, had a fantastic day, or came up with a brilliant idea. Please do share it with us. We'd love to hear from you. Kuno also leads the International Student Advisory Committee, ensuring that your voice get heard, that your needs are supported. I know I have included a lot of information in a very short amount of time, but to do a very quick recap and also the three takeaways, I'm hoping that you can remember from my section of the presentation is that number one, International Experience Center or IEC is your go-to place for all things international. Number two, we offer programs specially designed to support you year-round. And number three, we're always here and ready and excited to support your individual needs. On screen is various contact information that you can connect with us. And now we all know that we'll spend a lot of time on campus taking classes, participating in IC event, but it is also important that you have a cozy, comfortable, and chilling space to rest and recharge and spend time with friends. We've got you covered as well. To tell you more about living on campus, here's Christine. Christine, over to you.
Hi, everyone. All right, we can start with housing. So I'm going to talk about living on campus today. I'm from Campus Housing, which is the housing organization. We intake approximately 5,700 students a year. So there are a lot of you Waterloo students who are living on campus year round, and they can be first year students, upper year students, grads, families. We have them all, and we have space for all. So the one thing that you need to consider right now when coming to Waterloo is that we guarantee housing for incoming first year students. So as long as you accept your offer to Waterloo, you can apply to the first year residence guarantee. Just make sure you do so before the deadline of June 10th by 11:59 p.m. There is a $500 non-refundable deposit that comes along with that application. And as soon as you do that, you'll be guaranteed a bed. So campus housing has two kinds of housing. We have traditional style housing, which is your basic dorm. That is where you could be in a single room, that means one bed, or a double room that has two beds and there would be a roommate. Your bathroom would be across the hall and it would be shared with other students on your floor. You would have all your meals in an eatery that is within the building. And then you'd also have access to other amenities such as study rooms, gyms, multi-faith rooms, music rooms, etc. We also offer suite style housing, and that could be 3 or 4 bedroom suites within like an apartment or a townhouse. And each suite or apartment has 1 to 2 bathrooms that you would share with your suite mates. Students can make roommate requests coming in. So if you know that you're coming with someone else from your hometown or country, or it can be anything, you can make one roommate request on your application. And just as I mentioned before, there are options for upper year students. So throughout your undergrad or grad career at Waterloo, you will be able to apply for housing. It is quite competitive. However, as if we find that as students apply when our applications open, they are offered a spot. So what is it like living on campus? We offer different meal plans depending on traditional style residence or suite style residence. They are mandatory within traditional style residence. However, if you are in a suite or apartment, you will have a kitchen within that apartment and you will be able to make your own meals, therefore not requiring a meal plan. There are 3 campus housing eateries. There are also 4 university colleges that you are able to live in, and all of them have eateries within them as well. What happens is your student card, it's called your walk card, that becomes your meal plan access. And anytime you want to eat on campus, you will tap your meal plan. The meal plans within the colleges are exclusive to the colleges, so you'll be able to eat at that location. However, within campus housing, you have access to the 25 different restaurants on campus, as well as the campus housing eateries. We do accommodate allergies and most diets from vegan, halal, vegetarian, gluten-free, etc. We also have an in-house dietitian. So if you do have any questions regarding our menus, allergies, whatsoever, you have access to the campus housing dietitian. A big question coming in is how we assign students in different streams. So engineering has 4-stream programming and 8-stream programming. The faculty will tell housing which stream you're in, so it's not something that you have to worry about. We assign students to residents based on your stream. So if you're coming fall winter, we will assign you fall winter. If you are coming in the fall term and the spring term, what happens is you will move into residence in the fall term, you will move out to do your co-op, and then you will move back in the spring. If you find that your co-op is within the region of Waterloo, or it is a remote co-op working experience, you will be able to apply to live on campus during your co-op stream. And then one thing that we'd like to highlight is that there is a Women in Engineering Living Learning community that is at United College. So if you are interested, what happens on your first year guarantee is that you will rank United College as your first option for residence community. And then you will click, yes, I want to join an LLC, and you will have access to the Women in Engineering. What living learning communities are is that they're groups or groupings or clusters of students within the same academic program or faculty. And yeah, so you all live together. You'll find a lot of like-minded people in your living learning community. You will also be able to, walk to classes, easily chat with people who might share your classes. And it's really like a great benefit that has no additional costs. Living learning communities are run by peer leaders, and they're hired through the Faculty of Engineering, and they'll organize study sessions. They might even do one-on-ones with you, but they're really a great resource and guide throughout your first year academically on campus. Okay, now we're going to talk about co-op at Waterloo.
Awesome. My name's Molly. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm a career advisor here at the Center for Career Development. I'm just going to turn my camera off because my bandwidth is a little bit low, it looks like today. But yeah, let's jump into it. So first of all, what is co-op? Co-op stands for Cooperative Education, which is an educational model that combines academic studies with relevant paid work experience. The co-op is a partnership between the University of Waterloo and employers who are looking to hire our incredibly talented students while they're still in school. So co-op students alternate between study terms and work terms, which are typically 4 months of school followed by 4 months of work. So this really creates an incredible cycle of learning, and classroom learning makes workplace contributions stronger, while work experience enhances learning in the classroom. So it's this really awesome give and take relationship. In the end, co-op students graduate with up to 2 years of work experience and are better prepared to move into the workplace. So not only do they have solid work experiences at the time of graduation, but they've also gained interview practice, support to be able to articulate their skills, a stronger understanding of how to apply their skill set, and experience to future work opportunities. So just to sort of summarize some key takeaways that are on the slide here, there are many, many reasons that you might want to choose co-op at Waterloo. So some of them are that you have the opportunity to gain up to 2 years of work experience by the time you graduate, like I said before. You can test drive your career. So through co-op, you can learn what you like, what you don't like, what type of work environment might be the best for you. You'll also graduate with a loaded resume, as well as a network of connections and references that you gain through your co-op experiences. You also get to practice applications, your interviews, your work search skills. Like we said before, it'll enhance your classroom learning. And lastly, you'll be able to earn money to support the cost of your education. So all of this will help prepare you for the future of work and really hit the ground running once you graduate. So one of the things that makes Waterloo unique is that the university operates 12 months of the year. So there are constantly students either in class or on co-op terms or other experiential learning opportunities. So what does that look like? As you can see on the slide, the time that you're on a work term depends on your sequence or stream, as sometimes referred to. So sequences vary based on program. some students have their first work term scheduled for the winter term, which is stream 4, and others aren't scheduled until the spring term, which is stream 8. So once you start a work term, you'll alternate between work terms and study terms throughout your undergraduate degree. And then to graduate with a co-op designation on your degree, you'll complete 5 to 6 work terms. You'll receive work term evaluations from your employer, and you'll also complete reflective reports and online skills courses. So I won't chat too much about the sequences, but based on your engineering program, you could be in stream 4 or the stream 8 program, meaning that you'd start your first co-op 4 months into your program versus 8 into your program. So folks in stream 4 would start the work in the winter term, and then stream 8 would start work in the spring term. So for more information on what that looks like based on your engineering program that you're interested in, you can actually just head to the link on the slide, and I think Izza might pop that into the chat. So hopefully you can kind of click on that nice and easily. The last thing that I'll just touch on is the co-op supports that are available to all students. So the Center for Career Development, CCD, that's my team, is made up of multiple career advisors who come from different academic backgrounds and experiences. So the department is divided into different teams to serve students on campus, including the undergraduate team, the graduate team, and the further education team. So career advisors are able to book appointments with us to discuss a variety of related topics. We see students for things like resumes, cover letters, interview, but even help, work search help you work on your LinkedIn profile, and so much more. The grad and further ed team can lend support with graduate and professional school application supports as well, which is awesome. So in addition to career advisors, you also have a designated co-op advisor who will help you navigate the co-op process from your first recruitment term right up until your last. And then lastly, CCD also hosts a variety of workshops and events on many different topics to help you enhance your time at Waterloo, but also to help you on your career journey. So if you're interested, you can tune in to the Waterloo Ask Me Anything session that's running Wednesday, April 23rd from 8 to 9 p.m. There's also going to be not able to attend. But that's all for me. Thank you for the time, and I'll hand it back over to Kelsey.
Thank you, everyone. It's a lot of information, so just have a couple more slides to go over. Feel free to pop any questions in the Q&A. I see there's a couple questions in there. And then hopefully we will hear from some of our speakers or our ambassadors at the end. So just to go over a couple of things. So looking at clubs and community groups at Waterloo. So as I'm sure you're all aware, you all think that engineering students are so busy with work and don't have time to do anything else. But I do want to confirm that there are so many ways for Waterloo engineering students to get involved. You definitely do more than study. We do have a very vibrant community of students who love to work and play hard. If you haven't heard that before, you can sing in an a cappella group. We have varsity teams. We have endless clubs. We have our engineering ambassadors. Anything that you are interested in, you'll always be in good company. You can always start up a new club if we don't have one. Just a couple things to highlight. We do have Canada's most active student society, our NSOC. We do have a very supportive community and a big emphasis on diversity when looking at our clubs and student societies. So as I mentioned, we do have the largest, most active student society in Canada. That is our Engineering Society, or also known as NSOC. They exist to promote a positive undergraduate experience through the representation of student opinion, as well as support of academics, professional, and social needs. So there is a whole bunch going on with NSOC. We have our C&D, our coffee and donut shop that is run by them. Get some snacks, coffee, treats at a good price. All the money goes back to them. We do have our Poets Engineering Student Lounge. They help with exam prep, resume critiques. They also host semi-formals, coffee houses, parties, eng play. The list is endless. Honestly, there is always something going on with our Waterloo students. So there will never be a lull. You will always have availability to kind of join a team or a club or any event that's going on. I just want to mention we do have a wide range of diversity groups here in engineering. These groups are dedicated to fostering an inclusive, safe, and active community to support the academic and professional success of students who are women, identifying, Black, Indigenous, and or to SLGBTQ+. So we do have a whole bunch of diversity groups in engineering specifically. Some of them are listed here. You can visit our website to kind of learn more about them. But just to let you know, we do have a wide range of diversity groups. I also wanted to mention Waterloo Undergrad Student Association. We call it WUSA. They are home to over 200 clubs that are dedicated to, again, any interest or any topic, ranging from hobbies, studies, charities, social movements, religions, and more. So again, a wide range of things. We have our club that really likes anime as one, Korean Student Association, Photography Club, concert band. Again, the list goes on. We do have student-run services designed to improve the quality of life on campus at Waterloo in areas that students have identified as crucial to their success. We have our Glow Center, our Women's Center. We have our MATES, International and Canadian Student Network, off-campus community, again, and more. They also do run a whole bunch of events, aside from clubs and activities and fairs. They do have like paint nights and welcome weeks and kind of different events and activities going on throughout your time at Waterloo. So always keep an eye out for the next kind of upcoming event or club. We also have our design teams, if you haven't heard of them yet. We do have our Cedra Student Design Center that is home to over 25 of our design teams. This is an extracurricular activity for students to join the teams with students who have similar interests and may have the opportunity to compete internationally. Our students do love getting involved. A lot of the teams, you don't even need experience. You can just kind of join the teams. I always say it does look good on a resume, but you can kind of just, again, be with like-minded students, kind of share your likes and interests. We have a whole bunch of them, from our solar car to our Formula One, our Formula Electric. We have our cement canoe. We have a whole bunch of different design teams. So there is always something going on and always a club or an event for you to attend or join. So don't worry about that. All right, so I was going to check the time here. Since we haven't heard from our engineering ambassadors, I was going to have my engineering ambassadors turn their cameras on. And maybe the three of you guys can just go around, introduce yourselves, maybe share like your top 3 favorite things of Waterloo and your time at Waterloo, just so you can kind of give that student experience side. I don't know who wants to go first, or if you want me to call on you.
You can start.
Great.
Hi, everyone. My name is Brielle. I'm in my 4B of mechatronics engineering. So I'm in my last year, about to graduate this spring. I guess my 3 favorite things, I think co-op's an obvious one, but it's definitely the main reason I chose Waterloo. I've really enjoyed it. I got to have a really wide range of co-op experiences, get to travel a little bit with that, and graduate with a lot of work experience. Second one, I think I was a little iffy about this when I started on Waterloo and didn't know how I was going to look, but the cohort system I really ended up enjoying. So in engineering, you're kind of grouped with your class of around 100 people, and you stay with those people all 4 years, or for the majority of your classes. So that was really nice. I was able to develop a lot of really good friends, and it's just nice like walking to class and kind of knowing everyone. So that is definitely good. And then I guess the third one, this was more so when I, like in my first and second year, but I was really involved in design teams, specifically the drone design team, if you have any questions about that. But that was a really great way to kind of gain a lot of skills and also talk to a lot of people who aren't in my program who I wouldn't have got into otherwise.
Great, hey. Tochi, I see your camera's on.
Yeah, cool. Okay, I can go next. Yeah, my name is Tochi. I just finished my 2A term of mechatronics engineering. I'm on co-op right now. It was like 3 favorite things, right? 3
Yeah, what's your
I think
kind of
so.
top? Yeah. What would you like to
Cool.
tell everyone?
Yeah. I don't want to be like super repetitive because Brielle said probably things that I also would have said myself. Um, but I think one big thing is the amount of clubs that are around on campus. I believe we have over 200 active clubs every term, and there's always something to be a part of. Especially just me being on co-op gives me that extra time um, to kind of join things maybe I wouldn't join during an academic term, or find things that I'm interested in joining on an academic term, like intramurals or some sort of hobby or some sort of community. And so, um, and these are all within and outside of engineering as well. So it's just kind of cool to get to know other people on campus too. Um, Yeah, I would also have to say the cohort system as well for me. I think that was a big thing that I chose the school for besides co-op was I came from a smaller school in a smaller town, so I really had never been in a classroom any bigger than maybe 20 or 30. And then my school overall was probably, let's say 800 tops for about like 5 grades. So I really like the fact that you're with the same 100-ish people and it helps for just assignments, classwork, community building, just having someone to study with in general and know exactly what you're doing because they're doing the same thing too. Um, yeah, I guess, and then just overall the community too within engineering. There's a lot of things to be a part of, but with the cohort system and I guess with engineering society as well, I'm really big in that in the past couple of months. Um, you get to meet a lot of people, whether in your program or in your year or even in the opposite stream as you, just through online and the amount of events that we run, just organizing events, being part of running them and stuff like that. So been really rewarding and it's really cool. It's really fun. And people find that they get into things that they probably didn't get into in high school at all, just because engineering society just brings that opportunity to them. Yeah.
Great. So there's just two of you. I was wrong. There's just two of you on. So that was great. Anyone has any questions, you can pop them in there. I was going to say Molly, Christine, or Owen, or Ambreen, did you have any kind of last comments or anything you wanted to kind of share with everyone before we kind of wrap up this webinar?
I just wanted to say that I hope you all get to apply for your study permits as soon as possible, just because the processing time varies everywhere. And July, August comes and people start to panic. We have seen this every year. So yeah, get started on this if you haven't done it already, and wish you all the best.
Final comments, anyone, or anything to share with the students before we sign off here? I will let everyone know they will be emailed this presentation, and you are more than welcome to reach out if you have any questions after this presentation. But if no one else has any other kind of comments or anything to share, wait a second. Okay. All right. Well, I think with that, we will kind of wrap things up. So thank you everyone for all of our speakers and my ambassadors for joining us and sharing their experiences and kind of helping you guys out. So if you do have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. If you do have any questions about anything, I am more than happy to help and direct you kind of in the right direction if I can't give you that answer. And I hope to see you all here in the fall. So I hope everyone has a great day, afternoon, evening. And thanks for joining us. We'll see you.